Okay, this is not any official therapeutic session, but I would like to say, Uche, just leave perfection. Allowing excess thoughts, numbers, want to move from point A to point B, but from point A to point B, you've already started doing quadratic equation. Why? No matter how deep and intelligent your thoughts will be, if you only think, you stay at point A now.
Hi. After staying a long time away from this app, we're finally back.
Do you ever find yourself stuck in a mental loop, dwelling on every possible scenario or outcome? If you do, you might just be an overthinker. From analyzing every possible outcome, agonizing over past mistakes, struggling to put yourself out there again by second guessing yourself. Yeah, I can relate. As an overthinker, I know firsthand how challenging it can be to push yourself past the doubts and fears. After months of grappling with my own doubts and fears, I finally decided that I had had enough. I was able to silence my inner critic and make my triumphant return to YouTube. I hope by sharing my personal story and the tools that helped me conquer my fears, I can offer some roadmap on how you can find the courage to make a comeback despite your doubts and fears. Being off of social media as a content creator, it was quite a very amazing experience. I really got to focus on my personal life and just trying to put things in perspective. When I was done with that and it was time for me to come back to social media, that was when the problem began. I just couldn't for the love of me understand why there was such a huge resistance to me coming back. I was just overthinking a lot of things. I was like, am I sure this is something I want to really pursue? By the way, guys, I've always loved to be in front of the camera. So to see myself running or shying away from something that I clearly have passion for, I had to dig deeper to understanding why there was such a resistance. Yeah, I had to ask someone who I've known for years if she thought I was an overthinker, and immediately she was like, yes, yes, yes. And she went on to bring like a zillion reasons why she thought I was an overthinker. It was almost as if she was waiting patiently for me to ask her this question. So yeah, that made me realize that I was obviously overthinking the whole thing, and it was time to have a proper conversation with myself to know what was causing this demotivation, to feel second guessing of myself, and also why I couldn't come up with ideas and I couldn't translate my ideas into content. Digging deep to why I was feeling that way was because I was so consumed with the idea of coming up with a banger, a content that would just hit social media just like that and just blow up. So that was one of the reasons I was battling with a block, and I'm very sure a lot of us can relate to it. You know, whether it's the fact that we have left a business for a while and coming back to the business, there's this feeling of, do I still have it? Can I still do it? Or perhaps you have left the career world and coming back to it, there's a crippling effect it has on you. Yeah, so I think we can all relate to coming back after staying away for such a long time. I also wanted to share something more than the regular. Going through my channel, it was almost like there was a repetition with the type of content I was putting out. And despite the fact that I was advancing in my personal life, I did not see any reflection on my channel. You know, it got to a time where I was looking at my old videos and I was just cringing. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I posted this. I can't believe that people watched this. I mean, on one hand it's a sign of growth, but on the other hand it's like, why are you overthinking all of this? The people who have watched it, obviously they cannot even see this thing you're seeing. There was also this fear of uncertainty. I wasn't sure on what path to take on my YouTube channel. I didn't know what topics to take. I did not know if they were going to do well, if they were going to be recommended by the algorithm, or if my current subscribers would enjoy them. You guys already know that I try to keep you guys in mind when I'm creating content. I love for you guys to have the best feel on the channel. So sometimes this baby girl can get in her head. Yeah, but we are working on it, hence why I'm creating this video. I also read somewhere that creative minds are prone to analysis paralysis, which is as a result of overanalyzing your options and the outcome, so much so that it leads to indecision. It becomes almost impossible for you to make a decision on what step to take next. So yeah, that's interesting. Now, the way out. So what can we do to make sure that we are productive, that we are not over analyzing everything? The first thing I did was to make sure that I was moving more. There's something about walking that just helps you to remain calm and happy, Aside from the fact that it reduces stress and your cortisol level, all of that. It also shifts the focus from you to your environment. That can also be a way to come up with, content. Another thing that was very helpful was the book Atomic Habits. I know I'm late to the game. I eventually read a few pages and I was like, yes, 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 I agree 100% with this. I'm just going to talk about how it helped me with overthinking, but there are other ways it has helped me become very productive, which I will touch on in another video. So help me God. So there are two things I got from the book, which was focus on getting 1% better every day rather than trying to make big changes at once. This came in so timely, because I was focusing on everything all at once and I could not concentrate. I was getting fatigued by just thinking. I'll get hungry, I'll get exhausted, I would want to sleep and recharge because, there's just a lot of things that my brain is going through at the same time. Another thing he said that caught my eyes was, small improvements may not be noticeable at first, but they can add up over time. So instead of focusing on making this banger content, I can focus on just a small fragment of it and improve by 1% every single day, form habits around it. So there are days where I would just focus on coming up with ideas. There are other days where I would work on just a particular scene. Instead of focusing on the whole video, I was just focusing on one scene per time, if that makes sense. So just in case you're at that point where you don't know where to start from anywhere and walk your way from there. Okay. I also had to practice self-compassion. Instead of beating myself up every single time I'm not able to come up with content or I feel stuck, I gave myself grace to be human. Pretty much. There was also this thing I noticed about myself. Okay, I got shy around the camera. It has never happened to me, but I just got shy each time I would bring out my camera to film. There was this, I don't know. I couldn't just come up with the words. If you know me, you know that that's very strange because it has never happened. I would freeze. I would get very shy. I would have problem looking at my lens. That's at you guys. So what I did to combat that or to get over that was to practice talking to myself again. I would stand in front of the mirror and talk to myself. It was weird at first, but yeah, over time I got comfortable talking again. So just in case you're at that stage where it's like you're shy of talking to the camera, maybe you're starting out YouTube and you feel like, I don't know if I can do this. Just practice. Practice, they say, makes perfect, okay? So during this period, there was a master class that was, coming up and I just had to pay for that master class. At the time, it was not the most convenient, but I was like, you need to pay for the value. If you really want to come out of this, you need to hear from creators who have gone ahead of you, people who have pretty much passed through this stage I'm in and have been able to rise to the limelight. That makes sense. So I did pay. It added 20% to the knowledge I already have. Some might argue, why would I waste my money to pay for something if it's only going to add 20% to me? You guys, chill. Okay. Sometimes it's just that 1% that will catapult you from where you are to where you hope to be. So 20% is a lot. It's a lot for me, okay? The last thing I did was to vent to a friend. I just explained to her what I was feeling and, it was beautiful to hear what she had to say. About them. My brain is like getting tired. It's like too many ideas coming at once and then the thought of fleshing out these ideas, the thought of putting out this content, there's this part where it's like, am I sure I'm going to be able to pull it off? It's better not doing it than doing it and stopping halfway.
How dare you?
What?
How dare you? You don't want to start us, so you give us videos and then stop.
I think it's an accumulation of things, like so much ideas, and then there's that phase where it's like there are no ideas forthcoming.
I wish I had like excessive wisdom to just choke you with right now. How did this happen?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Jay, now I don't overthink how. Oh well, that is becoming very serious. My own don't say. Like becoming really very serious. Okay, this is not any official therapeutic session, but I would like to say this is how elders should surround ourselves with people that believe in us even when we've not gotten the spotlight. Just surround yourself with such people that know that this person is going to hit it, and please, even if you are trying to search and you've not seen it, just know that one person that believes in what you can do. So, but I'm not surprised that overthinking is beginning to actually really set in for you.
Why?
You've always been somebody that like wants perfection, but at this point, which you just leave perfection. Instead, let's start pursuing excellence, and you're doing excellently well. So allowing excess thoughts, weights, numbers, want to move from point A to point B, but from point A to point B, you've already started in quadratic equation. Why? To move from point A to point B, what you have to do is just put one step ahead of the next. Put one foot in front of the other. You will actually get to point B. No matter how deep and intelligent your thoughts will be, if you only think, you stay at point A now. You won't move to the point B. You get, so you might have like awesome thoughts. Oh, Solomon, wisdom. Think. But as long as you don't make any movements, like don't go from A to B, it's good to think actually. It's good to, what's it called? Sit down and be a student of your own life, right? Self-analysis is amazing, but you do so much self-analysis and you stay on one spot and think and be woman of wisdom.
Yeah, I guess I just have to.
Now you don't move to point B, you move.
I guess I just have to like suck it up and just.
You know this just do it stuff from like, and everybody just feels like it's just a regular thing. There's a whole lot of power and sense. Like it just makes a whole lot of sense. What's the word if you just do it? Just do it. Of course, improve. I trust you for always looking out for how to be better. Something is already like this, or you want to. How would I carve it to? That's your type of personality. Beautiful thing. But guy, you will not just do all of the analysis and stay like that. So please, just do it. Do you? Please come out. Come out. You. No, I want for this session. I want fried rice and chicken. But for real, let's keep biscuits. You will just do this and then it should just end and you roll. Why are you laughing? I'm not playing.
Oh my god!
We will just have this conversation and then that's when it should just end and I'll still call you. How far now? When are we getting our next content? You not tell me. I don't want to hear.
Well, you're going to get your next content on Friday, 7:30 p.m.
Notifications come from YouTube?
Yes.
Alright now.
Yeah.
I'll be loving
Thank you so much.
Why thank you?
Because I actually need this. You're the more serious sometimes.
Let's thank God. God has not given us spirit of fear. Okay.
Power and of love and
sound mind. So please go ahead to yourself.
Sound mind for the spirit of fear.
Everything is still music. You
Yes.
just no.
Let me go and do the popcorn.
Okay. Lovely girl. Oh, Mario's band.
So yeah, sometimes you're not stuck, you're just overthinking, okay? And you need to get out of your head and create, because at the end of the day, time waits for no one. So the faster you get out of your head and stop overthinking, the better quality of life you have, literally. So that's pretty much for this particular video. I'm so excited to be back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your bell notification to receive future updates from my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, bye.